Namaste everyone and welcome to my channel. So today's video is about a super interesting topic. It's about periods. Yes, you heard that right. It's something that we kind of neglect, but we need to consider it because it's a reflection of our own health, and any problems in periods can affect your health. And if you're trying to conceive, for example, it can affect your fertility. So let's just dive in. I will share with you the symptoms of the imbalances you may have, the treatments, and the whole concept of menstruation in Ayurveda. So if you're interested, please keep watching. So, periods are a natural cleansing process. It clears out all the toxins, ama that we have in our bodies. It's a time to kind of rest as well, because you have this Apanavata. I think I talk about it in every single video of mine, because it's such an important vata in for women. This downward movement of menstruation is clearing out all this blood. So we need to kind of favor this downward movement, and that is favored through rest and slowing all our activities down. So in India, usually women are kind of secluded and relieved from their daily activities. And I used to view it a bit negatively, thinking it's a bit weird, it's a bit backward. But now that I study Ayurveda, I know the scientific reason behind it. It's because actually women need rest during menstruation. It's a time of the month where we need to kind of slow down, rest, retreat, reflect, introspect. It's both physically and mentally and emotionally. We need to kind of look into ourselves, and not do the daily chores that we have. Usually women are like we have so much on our plate, looking after the family, looking after the kids, going work, looking after the house. There's so much to do, and usually here in India, either the mother or the mother-in-law will take over, and it's a relief actually. View it as a time to kind of rest, and you retire from all these craziness of our daily routine. So yeah, you will help this purification if you rest. And anything that goes upward, like too much activity, too much talking, too much sex, will actually prevent this downward motion and will prevent the process of cleansing and detoxifying that is menstruation. And it's something that's only for us. Men don't have this privilege, and honestly it's a privilege. We have this immense power in our bodies, of creating life, of this immense potential, of nurturing life and creating life, and we have this creativity and potential, this goddess power, that women's power, that we need to celebrate. So celebrate each time you have periods. First of all, for me it's great because it means I'm not pregnant. After 2 kids is enough. But it's also something, it's also our connection to nature. This 28-day cycle is our connection to the moon, and we are this feminine side, this divine side, that we have this connection with the moon. And if anything that you take, like hormonal things or contraception, that prevents that flow, that downward flow, that of menstruating, you will create blockages in your bodies, diseases in your bodies. So so don't do that. Let that natural cycle of your body flow naturally. So yeah, that's the general significance of periods. And what is a healthy period? So anything that's regular and consistent for you. Excuse me. So if you have a 28-day cycle, it's 28 days. If you have 35 days, then it's 35 days. But it needs to be consistent for you. Secondly, the blood flow isn't too scanty or too heavy. It's just like medium flow. Then you don't have any pain. You don't have any cramps or mood swings, etc. during your menstruation. So these are the 3 criteria for a healthy period. Now let's look into all the imbalances you may have, and they don't necessarily relate to your dosha, your constitution, but you may have more tendency to have these problems if you are, for example, vata. You will have more tendency to create vata related imbalances. So vata is the air and ether element. Any imbalance or excess of this air element can lead to these problems. So irregular cycles, so they are not consistent for you, like they don't come at the same time every month, and they may be widespread, so they're longer cycles. Then your blood flow is scanty, it's thin as well. Then you may have dark clots, and then your your abdomen is tense and rigid. You may experience some pain and some cramps. You may also have some spotting in between cycles. You may experience anxiety, nervousness, struggling to sleep, insomnia, mood swings, also constipation before and during menstruation, and too much of vata can make you to stop menstruating altogether. So things you can do to counteract these vata imbalance is to slow down. Too much of activity leads to excess of vata. So just slow down, rest, do some gentle exercises like yoga or qigong, take time to meditate, and eat some warm grounding foods like khichdi or warm soups, stuff that are nourishing and nice, oily. And then if you have pain and cramps, you can also apply some castor oil on your lower abdomen until the pain goes away, several times a day. Then you can also take 1 tablespoon of aloe vera gel with 2 pinches of black pepper 3 times a day, until your pain or cramps go away. So yeah, these are the vata related imbalances. If you have too much of pitta, which is the fire element, your cycles will be quite regular, or they may even come a bit close together. You may experience heavy bleeding because pitta is very much connected to blood. So it's heavy bleeding with some bright red blood flow, and it may also be a bit bluish, blackish or yellowish tinge to that blood. You may feel sensations of heat or burning sensations. You may have medium strength cramps. You may also experience a little bit of loose stools during periods. You may have irritability, mood swings, headaches or even migraines, skin rashes, acne flare-ups. inflammation of some kind, and also strong vaginal discharge. So remedies for this excess of the fire element is to actually cool down your body and your mind. So avoid everything that is hot and spicy in terms of food. Go with some sweet, cooling foods. You can drink some fresh coconut water, eat some watermelon for example, and then cool your mind as well, some meditation. Avoid exercises that are very stimulating. Instead go for soft, gentle type of sports like yoga or qigong. Avoid stimulants like coffee or like TV or phone like late in the evening, so you can rest your mind and your body. And if you have pain and cramps, you can also apply a little bit of coconut oil on your lower tummy area to get some relief. Now moving on to the kapha imbalances, which is the excess of the earth element. So your cycles are pretty regular. The blood flow is neither, is it no or neither? It's not too, I'm just going to avoid that expression. It's not too heavy or not too scanty. You experience some dull pain and cramps, especially on your back region and your limbs. You have water retention, bloating, vaginal itches, swollen breasts, slow digestion. You feel lethargic, you feel fatigued, you want to have a nap, you want to sleep more. So all these are signs of a kapha imbalance. So what you need to do is get some stimulation, get that earthy element moving. So do some stimulating activities like dancing or whatever that you like in terms of sports. Don't eat too much and don't sleep too much as well. You can apply some mustard and castor oil on your tummy area if you have pain and cramps. And a remedy that works for everybody is to actually roast cumin seeds on a clean pan, and then you chew them afterwards once they're nicely roasted and you can smell them, and then drink 1 tablespoon of aloe vera juice. If you have excessive menstrual flow, you can also make a tea out of raspberry leaves and hibiscus flowers in equal amounts, 1 or 2 teaspoons of herbs per cup of water. That is quite effective. You can also drink some coconut water, and you can also have some raspberries on an empty stomach, like 10 to 20 raspberries 2 to 3 times a day. Now something that works for everybody as well is to drink aloe vera gel 1 week before having your periods, like 1 tablespoon of aloe vera gel 3 times a day, and this will prevent from all types of menstrual pain and discomfort. Yeah, I also share a lot of yoga positions that are useful for this menstrual problem. I also share a lot of Ayurvedic tips. I think Shivani is awake. So yeah, it's the Ayurvedic Mom. So if you're interested, follow me on Instagram. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos. And see you in my next one. Bye!